Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahwashai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akiam. And this is your brother Abawan back again with another video. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahwashai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash, all praises and glory is due. And this is George the Vanguard, okay? George the Vanguard, and he's been going viral on TikTok for a while, right? Especially for his exposés on Esau Edom, the so-called red man, right? Because he has been exposing a lot of the actions and the deceits of Esau Edom, and exposing the conducts, the characteristics, and the ways of Esau Edom. Now, of course, he did not expose who Esau Edom actually is, but because rather than call Esau by their true name, their true nationality, he's using the term so-called white, right? He's calling the so-called white man. He's using the term white man, which of course, as we know, Esau Edom is not white, but there are different shades of red. But of course, you see this guy, George the Vanguard, which ultimately he looks like an Edomite, right? It could be Jake, it could be any of the other heathen, but he has been opening and just doing videos, constantly getting on Esau's ass, right? Exposing the deception of Esau Edom, especially in the ways and the beliefs that the people of this world have when it comes to Esau, right? The common narrative that is pushed over the so-called white man, and it is based on the term itself of being white, meaning being pure, being perfect, right? Let's get that. Let's get that on the Google, right? White definition. So I'm going to use the Merriam-Webster. So this is definition: having the color of new snow or milk, specifically the color white, light or pale in color, free from color. What I want to get is here it is: free from spot or blemish, such as free from moral impurity, innocent, marked by the wearing of white by the woman as a symbol of purity, unmarked by writing or printing, not intended to cause harm, favorable, fortunate, right? I have to keep on looking for other ones. That's basically just that, right? But the idea is that with the term white on Esau Edom, right? Him being the so-called white man, even though he's not white, but rather he is red because his blood shows forth through his skin. That it is a way of, giving him or granting him purity, right? Granting him, like I just said, purity, goodness, right? And all the other positive attributes that the term white is giving. And here he exposes that, and basically exposes more or less, without actually saying that Esau is the devil, that Esau, the so-called white man, is the devil. Now, of course, as you can clearly see, if you look at the titles of his videos, you see the term white, 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 because he is referring to them as the so-called white man, rather as the white man. But as we know, the so-called white man is Esau Edom, the devil, which the Bible speaks of, and he exposes Esau for the devil that he is, which of course the devil means the deceiver, right? He exposes Esau Edom for the deceiver that he is, and he is basically breaking down and revealing the deception of Esau Edom, right? And that is the times that we're in right now, where the witchcraft, the covering. Let's get that precept. And before we get that, we'll start from this right here. Psalm 64 verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, right? So you have Esau, or at least an Edomite looking individual, exposing himself and exposing his people, right? For their hypocrisy, for their deceit and the lies. So let's get this precept next. Then the covering cast. So this is the book of Isaiah 25, Isaiah 25 verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. And the mountain, of course, refers to government, rulership. And the rulership and the government is referring to the rulership of Esau Edom, right? During the rule of Esau Edom, and the covering that has been cast over all people, the veil that has been spread over all nations shall be destroyed by the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, right? And that deceit, specifically the deceit of Esau Edom, will be revealed. So you can see from his videos that he's constantly going in on Esau and going in on the narratives that they usually push about themselves and revealing them to be lies. Okay, and some of these things are just petty right now. Look at this, and white people had the worst farts. Come on, bro. I know this is basically what he is doing, by just them constantly pushing that narrative of Esau being the basest of men, because that's basically what his videos is all about. Going into, of course, all the things that we already know concerning Esau Edom, their deceitfulness, their wickedness, their perverseness, right? And also other additional things as well. So now, I think I just want to play is a little bit of his own, or a little bit of the videos, right? And I'm sure that you've seen this dude before in your timeline, because lots of people have been clipping and using his videos, right? Because this is an Edomite looking individual exposing his own people and the deceits which they spread. So the one I actually want to use is this one right here, where it says the Spartans were not white, right? Because if you watch the Elton Alkama, if you watch him a lot, he always goes into this about how the Greeks, were originally the dark-skinned Etruscans, and you can actually Google the Etruscans and Google the arts and the culture, and you see that it's actually a dark-skinned people, right? But also the Spartans as well, because the Spartans were Israelites, because they are actually mentioned in the scriptures, the Lacedaemonians, I believe. I've forgotten the exact country that it was called. So let me just quickly Google that. Sparta. So yeah, Laconia. Okay, so Sparta was a prominent city-state in Laconia in ancient Greece. In antiquity, the city-state was known as Lacedaemon, while the name Sparta referred to its main settlement in the valley. Okay, so Lacedaemon, so Lacedaemonian, right? So I was right about what I was saying. So if I go to the the KJV with the Apocrypha, in the book of Second Esdras, it mentions the Lacedaemonians, and it mentions them being akin to the Israelites, right? Let's just type this in. Here it is, the Lacedaemonians. Okay, so this is the book of First Maccabees 12 verse 1. Now when Jonathan saw the time served him, he chose certain men and sent them to Rome for to confirm and renew the friendship that they had with them. And of course, Jonathan is the younger brother of both Judah and Simon Maccabeus, right? And because they had died during this period right here in First Maccabees 12th chapter, and Jonathan was now in charge of the armies, right? He was now in charge of the armies against, fighting against the Greek Empire, specifically the Seleucid Empire during that time. So now, First Maccabees 12 verse 2, he sent letters also to the Lacedaemonians and to other places for the same purpose. So they went on to Rome and entered into the Senate and said, Jonathan the high priest and the people of the Jews sent us unto you, to the end ye should renew the friendship which ye had with them and live as in former time, And let's
I
make it
bet
clear
you
that
have
the
no way
Romans
to
that
make
are being
extra
spoken
money.
of right here
How?
are
I can
not
hardly pay
the
my rent. I
Edomites. It's not
actually have a
Esau,
solution for
Edom,
you.
but
Do you
rather
want to
it is
try?
Japhet, right?
Yes, it
The
costs
original
okay. You can earn
inhabitants
cash back
of
by
Rome,
sharing
which is
your
of course
investment goal.
Japhet. So
Really?
now first
Yeah, you
Maccabees
can
12
earn up
verse
to
4.
3,000 naira for
Upon this the
inviting two
Romans gave them
friends.
letters unto the
And you can
governors of
enjoy this
every
life payment
place
with
that they
cashback
should
on 6
bring them
payments.
into
It's
the
like an
land
easy
of
way to
Judea
get
peaceably.
money.
And this is the copy of the letter which Jonathan wrote to the Lacedaemonians. Jonathan, the high
Hi there.
priest and the
Do you know?
elders of the
Stop!
nation,
I know you want
and
to
the
ask me whether I have a pay
priests
on my phone.
and
I
the
don't know if it's the
order
third time
of the
someone asked me
Jews
about
unto
that
the
this week.
Lacedaemonians, their
I've
brethren,
got an app to buy
send
data. I don't
greeting.
need any other apps, okay?
Right, because the
Hey,
Spartans
strike okay
were
because if you are a
Israelites,
new
which means they
user, they
were
offer
dark
200
skinned
naira
people.
cashback.
Okay, and that's why you see right here that he's also mentioning that the Spartans were not white. So let's play the video.
The Spartans were not white, and history proves it. White people love to claim Spartans as their ancient warrior ancestors, but the only thing they would have done in battle is get sunburned. Spartans lived in the Mediterranean, not Scandinavia. They had trade, religious, and military ties to Africa and the Middle East. They were described as dark-skinned by their own contemporaries. They did not look like the cast of 300 because that was a movie, not a documentary. Even other Greeks thought they were weird, which is saying something. At some point, we have to ask, if Spartans were truly white, why does history keep making that idea look ridiculous? Sparta was in the Mediterranean, not the Arctic Circle. Sparta was located in the southern part of Greece.
And that's basically what his video consists of, right? Taking the narrative that Esau pushes um, about history, about quote unquote so-called white culture and so on and so forth, and basically showing the reality of it, right? Exposing Esau, Edom, the so-called red man, for what they truly are, which is of course the basest of men. And it is through the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that basest of men has managed to take over and rule over the earth. So let's get that. So this is the book of Daniel 4 verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the Holy One, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. And that base man is of course Esau, Edom, the so-called, once again, the so-called red man. Alright. And that is who is in power currently and whose kingdom they are currently under, right? And that's why you see this dude that, you know, making all these videos, because it has the spirit right there. The spirit of truth is falling upon this kingdom, and now you see that no lie can abide, no darkness can abide in the truth. And that's why you are seeing, you know, this dude come out, and of course you'll be seeing more and more of these Edomites come out in these last days, right, in order to expose the lies and the deception and the deception that of their people of Esau, Edom, because we are in those times right now, and this is a part of Bible prophecy. After all, it's not written, then shall the wicked be revealed. Let's get that precept. So this is the book of 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Right, and the spirit of the Most High's mouth and the brightness of his coming are of course the men of the Lord. And through the spirit and power we have Hashem Yahushai Hashem Rakakwadash, the truth is springing forth on this earth. And that's why you are seeing these videos being done by this individual and other individuals as well, basically exposing the crimes, the deceit, and the lies of Esau, Edom, right? And hey, this is a beautiful sight to behold, because now the world is seeing Esau, Edom, the so-called red man, for what they truly are, for the first time, for the most part, okay? And it's up to the men of the Lord to spit out, so basically show the meat or bring out the meat in videos like this, right? Because, like I said, and you can clearly see he uses the term whites constantly, but we are not talking about white people because there is no such thing as white people on the earth, but rather we are talking about Esau Edom, the so-called red man, and that is who his videos are exposing, and who is pushing the narratives that need to be debunked and need to be corrected by videos like this. So with that, I'll end the video right there. Once again, all praises, honor and glory unto the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Ba'asham Raka Kodash, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom. And through the Spirit, I hope you are calm and you are quiet, edified. Shalom.